Yo! Holy shit. Okay, so truth time. I tried to go live and it wasn't working for some reason. I guess it's been too long since we did this shit. I don't know. Anyways, we'll get you caught up, I guess. Let me see. This is when you self-sabotage. Your own channel. But it's nice to know that it's working. So let's go and to the Hate My Name group on YouTube. I mean on Facebook, sorry. So this is what happens when you try to multitask, motherfuckers. All right, and it is to go. Welcome to the show. Let me just this is just yeah, we're not in the closet anymore. We're just outwardly gay. You know, we've said for a long time we don't like sneaky gays and all this closet shit. No. You know, we were playing games on some of our previous live streams. We were playing Grand Theft Auto 5, which say is hands down one of the best video games of all time. Fucking amazing. Even though I've beat the game, I still go back to it every once in a while because there's other shit that I haven't done. Like there's a lot of shit left. So there's some stuff that I didn't document while I was playing, like doing, because it's been a while since I did live streams. I did the cult secret missions on Grand Theft Auto 5, where you join a cult. It's kind of like Scientology. Those were some bullshit ass missions. Good to see you, Freeze. Good to see you, Psycho Rocker. So, I don't know if you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys knew this, but
welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I am Raul, and this is the Tijuana Donkey Show.
Oh, y'all knew about that? Oh, we're gonna watch it together. I'm gonna turn it around so you can see him. I'm gonna restart it so that we can, look. How did we get to where we are today? Look, we're up to 4 viewers. Welcome back. You got here just in time. We got to where we are today on the back of talking shit to half geeks. So, let's get back to basics. When you hear somebody crying on a bicycle about how they fucked up in their life. No, I'm pretty sure most people would rather see me sitting on a high horse, degrading other people. That's what we're good at. Let's stick to what we're good at, right? So let's hear. Let me. Boop 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 doo doo doo. Let's get this. All right. That's good enough. We'll go back to the beginning. and what an appropriate song that he used. I don't want to shoot my load right out the gate, but we do have a lot of stuff to talk about. Me and Paranoid Panda are a little bit on the mend, and there should be an appearance by him. And for people, I'm trying to talk you into sticking around because we do have something special scheduled for tonight's show. As it's been a while since we've been doing live streams. We did a whole bunch of bullshit ones that you good people showed up for some reason that really weren't that funny. We're trying to bring you something different tonight. And if all goes as planned, I'm going to interview Bubbles later in the show. But the boys are back. I just got to say, though, the guy that isn't into horror went out of his way. I mean, that's so fake.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I am Raul, and this is the Tijuana Donkey Show.
Okay, so right here, I mean, this clearly is supposed to be the dude. But what is he wearing, a suit? That looks more like a suit than a robe. I don't know who did this, but I don't like it. I don't think all the stuff on the outside is okay. It kind of has like an Aztec look to it, or an Indian art. It's kind of all over the place. If the face looked a little more correct and it didn't look like he was wearing a fucking business suit, yeah, it'd be all right, I guess. But I don't know who the fuck did that. That's bizarre to me. And what, look, dude, you start your videos, it's me, Half Geek, with another Half Geek production. Like, that's your thing. Don't, this is the thing with fucking YouTubers, and I'm guilty of it too, as you know, somebody that's been on a bicycle. Stick to what you're good at. Even if it's not that good.
I'm happy. We are here for a video. I haven't done a video in quite a long time. Probably coming up on 4 months. And I wanted to jump back into this bad boy again. Now, what we have, I unboxed the major thing because there's nothing worse than having a whole shit ton of downtime, boring time, having somebody watch an unboxer cut open a box and dig shit out. But here's what we got. I had gotten this one a while back. This is not the item. This is an Oscar Isaac, aka Poe Dameron from Star Wars, and he also plays Moon Knight. But I got this one because I love his character. Him and I think it's John Boyega. They really, really, really make the show good for me. I like the back and forth with humor.
The show. The fucking show. You mean that bullshit Disney trilogy? You think those movies are good? Ah, okay. Interesting. That's a hot take, for the guy that doesn't like horror. But correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this a Poe Dameron helmet right here that you have signed by him? So you went out of your way to purchase his autograph a second time? What's going on here, Half Geek?
But when I got this, I started thinking, I need to get it framed. So you see, I got I'm waiting for the private signing because I've got his helmet back here. I'm gonna get that bad boy signed also.
Okay. So look, I've been waiting weeks to watch this live. So when you watch it live, you very well might say some things that, look, I didn't know it wasn't already signed. You went out of your way to get it signed. And you bought this. Why? You want a second one? Are you going to display it with it? Have like a double signature from the same person?
The same one they had on this bad boy. But I wanted to get it framed to get it done right. And I went over, I looked over at Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby's kind of going downhill for me. The last one I got done, the edges weren't quite straight. It wasn't quite what I wanted, and the price freaking stupid. So I did what I did on my last one. I do have I can't think of her freaking name. The girl who plays Ray. I got a custom frame piece over there. I'll put that up over yonder. A picture of that one.
Dumb.
I also have on my wall a photo that was originally signed by Jason Patrick and Kiefer Sutherland at a private signing with Zobi. And I reached out when I got that 6 years after the fact that it happened because it was something special. Watch the video previous to this and you'll see why. I reached out to Zobi because they had what they call their in-home framing kit. Basically, you tell them what you want. I want this mat. I want this, these two colors for the mats. If I want to get a label on it. And I went ahead and I did that, and I'll put that over here also. And I really love the way it turned out. So I reached out to Zobi again. Now, those that don't know Zobi, shopzobi.com. They sell autographs, collectibles, Funko Pop signed and unsigned. They have props that are signed. They have photos that are signed. They have T-shirts. They have pins. They have the backpacks. I can't remember the name of the little backpacks that the girls like. They've got a little bit of everything. And it's probably the only company that I can 100% say is 100% safe. You get what you pay for. They stand behind their product. I personally know J.R. Gallegos. He is the owner, and his wife of Zobi Collectibles, or shopzobi.com. And they're 100% standout. So if you ever question it, they're 100%. So I received it today.
Okay, so yeah, JR took pretty good care of you. See, and here you go. Y'all want something kind of juicy? You know how Zobi has like the ultra boxes? Not ultras. They're fuck. So they'll have like the big horror box. They'll have the big pop culture, and like I think they even did they do an anime one? I know that fucking Collecting with Rob did the pop culture, and he got a fucking Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio, signed figure and the stupid Bloodsport shorts. And he is like, yeah, I think the price point, I think it's good. Bro, you got a bullshit box and you know it. Anyways, I'm not here to talk shit about those boxes. I don't remember the fucking name. But I bought a few of them. In fact, let's see. Where's it at? Right here. In the big horror one, I got the Lost Leatherface. And I don't know if y'all remember that piece of shit Mike Tapp, you know, but I actually bought him one of those, and he saw fit to repay me with a heavily damaged Funko that I've already got. Can you see on the top of the box? Can you see this? There's a fucking crease right down the middle. And then there's a bow. You see that? Yeah, thanks, Mike Tapp, for giving me this box that has so much cosmetic fucking damage when I had a you know, you fucking piece of shit. Anyways, while we're talking about pieces of shit, let's get back to Half Geek. Because this is actually a really funny video. Oh, Rusty Trombone in the house. Rusty Trombone, you go ahead and look through your photos and let the people know the price changes of this item that he did the video for and then couldn't wait to sell. The prices are all over the place. The prices went up. The prices went down. The prices went back up again. It's crazy. Explain it to the people, Rusty Trombone. Do your goddamn job for once. Stop acting like one of these fucking ingrates just wanting a handout all the goddamn time. Anyways, back to the video.
And this is one of the reasons. This is a bad box. This is one of the reasons.
Just like your wife.
That, and I know what.
She got a big ass box too, but it's not because of your junk that you're packing. It's just because she's a fat whore and she's dumped out a lot of fucking sideways kids. That's what happens to fat whores that dump out sideways kids. They got a big pussy hole. You know, look, you think it's a good situation for him? He can't feel shit. Fucking hot dog in the hallway.
I got the last one. The Bane. And I hope I'm using the word correctly. Because if not, I'm going to look kind of stupid. Of every unboxer, especially on a live, on an unboxing video, it's popcorn. And they packed the shit out of that box with popcorn. And it's wrapped in bubble wrap, and there's a shit ton of popcorn in it. And last time I did, I had popcorn everywhere. So I went ahead and opened it and dumped it. But as an unboxer, I hate it. As a customer, I freaking love it because it allows your items to arrive undamaged. So this is what I got. I want to show this to you. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to put the photo inside of it, and I'm going to come back to it. This is what I got. It does come on the back. It's got the hanger for it. Once you get done, you can take it over to, say, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and they'll put like a paper cover on the back if that's something that you desire. This is it here. And I went ahead and got the tag, Oscar Isaac Poe Dameron. I went ahead and stuck with the colors on the photo. And it's kind of the same colors I got with the Lost Boys one. But they're 100%, and I absolutely love this. The glass is It's not regular glass. It's a UV protector. It's not museum. It's not that level, but it's
so help me out, viewers. You bought the autograph. You paid for the specifics on the frame, okay? Now let's not just brush over the fact that it says Oscar Isaac Poe Dameron. So that means you can pull this out. You can pull this out and still keep the frame. You still got a frame. I'm trying to make the best out of a bad situation. You could sell it as is, with the picture in there that says Oscar Isaac. You could take the picture out and try and sell it without the frame, but now you have this. It says Oscar Isaac. You can't use that for your helmet that you're going to get signed. So why did you spend money on this? Because motherfucker, you tried to fucking list this item without the frame. Once people didn't jump on it with the frame. See, this goes back to what I've been saying for a long fucking time, people. He goes to his wife. He goes to this bitch and listen. Let me tell you something. She's a husk. There's inside. It's gross. She's a nasty bitch. I'm thinking about making vodka out of her. Ooh, God. I might have fucking Legionnaire's disease now just from touching it. Anyways, he goes to this bitch. Let's do a little puppet show. You ready? He goes to this bitch and he says, let me get here. Let's get them both into fucking frame. All right. He says, yo, bitch ass man, I got some way to make some cheddar. And she says, nah, shut your ass up. Listen, ho, I'm gonna make some real money this time. Don't you know I be fucking in the scene, girl? Even though I don't have a group anymore. Even though I don't have, my own Facebook group where I can just post all my... There's plenty of other places on Facebook I can fucking post stuff, you dumb bitch. Anyways, I'm going to invest in this frame, and then I can easily charge an extra $100. No, listen to me. It'll work. And then the picture's up for like 2 weeks. And he's like, well, I decided to list it without the frame. But to make up for the loss of the frame, I increased the price, the asking price. So now I'm selling it for more, but I'm giving the person less because it's all about the community. I'm all about the community, don't you know, bitch?
It does give you some protection to protect your collectible from fading, the autograph from fading, the photo and everything. Prices start, I believe, at these frames.
Nigga, you fading.
And I'm telling you, I paid for what I would have paid for this when I went to Hobby Lobby. I paid about half price, and that includes the shipping. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna put the picture in the frame. We'll come right back. All right, guys, we're back. That literally took me less than like 6 or 7 minutes to get it in there. It's straight. It's good. I just cleaned everything up for a little bit. But here's what we got. I'm hoping you can see this without my lighting in here sucks. I mean, my lighting in there. But it turned out incredible. And literally at the half price of what you would get at a Hobby Lobby or Michael's or anything like that. Plus, I was able to get that. They don't offer that. They offer like where they actually cut the name into the matting, which I tried that once before. Turned out looking like shit. But this, again, thank you, Zerby. Thank you, J.R. Gallegos. Again, I'm very...
The way you pronounce his name even sounds racist. Jesus Christ.
The mat
you motherfuckers in Virginia, dude. I swear.
Anyway, guys, look. check them out, shopzerby.com. I will put their contact information below.
Jace.
Again, I'm sorry for our fan in the background, the reflection on our Lucille bat, but I'm trying to keep my head where it is. I absolutely love this. It's going to get hung up right where that middle mask is, right there. So it'll get hung up right up under there. But
well, that's a confirmed lie.
Check out shopzerby.com. Look, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, we just brought it back. I've had it hidden for about 4 months now. I think we're showing like 2 subscribers right now, which I know we were over 900 or something before. And before that, before I deleted the channel, I think we were like 3,000.
Lies.
Back into this. I'm not going.
Lies. Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot. Rusty telling me that he lied about his sub count. All right, but let's just fucking say that motherfucker did have around 3,000. Let's just say that he did. He didn't, but let's say that he did. Do you know how much sweeter it makes it that I'm the motherfucking reason that he deleted that channel out of him being so flabbergasted, so fucking shook that he accidentally deleted his entire channel. Because what he tried to do, allegedly, was put the channel on hold like he did this time. And, I mean, I think your sub count is around 800 something. Let's see. 892. You know, so, yeah, I guess some people could unsubscribe because you left for 4 months. Why would you leave for 4 months? Oh, that's right. Somebody was stirring up a bunch of shit by sending people messages that they shouldn't even know about these people. I shouldn't even have known about these people. You know how the fuck I found these people? A lot of due diligence. You see, you get screenshots of people just having normal conversation in fucking the goddamn 69 Collectibles group. And then you zoom in on their fucking, their avatar picture for their comment. And you look at their name, and then you go and do a fucking search on Facebook for that name and look for that picture. And I did that for so many fucking people. Dude, it's insane how many people I did that for. It's a true testament to my hatred for this man. And a lot of people did not respond well to me just messaging them out of nowhere. Some of the people, I came out aggressive right out the gate. Some of the people, I came out trying to be funny. Some of the people, I came out trying to be weird. I did not give everybody the same me. That way, I wanted some of them to start talking and be like, yeah, well, I had an experience with him and it wasn't that bad. He was, kind of funny. Or he thought he was funny. He was trying to be funny. I had an experience with him and he was a fucking dick right out the gate. Yeah, well, when you have somebody that plays multiple people, what do you know? They end up playing different fucking personalities. And that's what ended up happening with a lot of these people. And these people went back to him in a flood, a literal flood of people went back to him and, hey, this motherfucker out of nowhere is messaging me. And eventually he got enough people saying something to him that he had to address bitch ass man. Oh, bitch ass man was just a joke. That was a joke from this homeless guy that he would ask for money, and if you didn't give him any money, he'd call you a bitch ass man. Oh, it's a joke. It's a family joke that's been going on for years. Yet she didn't sound like the way she reacted to it. It didn't sound like It sound like a joke. Kind of a weird joke. I mean, everybody has different. I'm just saying, it's kind of weird that you have a repetitive joke for years where you call your wife a bitch ass. Okay, not my style. I don't get it. I don't get it. But let's back this up a little bit, because I don't want to wash over the fact that this dude is a fucking liar.
We were over 900 and something before, and before that, before I deleted the channel, I think we were like 3,000. I'm going to put some effort back into this. I'm not going hardcore like I did before, but if you look into see a few things, I mean, I've got some Funkos coming. I have got it was called the Lift Box that's coming. I've gotten into exercising lately, and it's called the Lift Box. I'm getting my very first one probably by the end of this month, so keep your eyes out for that. I've got some Zobi stuff coming. A lot of Zobi stuff. I can't quit you. I can't quit you, JR. I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. Anyway, guys, you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up.
Wow. I got to give it up. It's not even fucking Pride Month, and you really fucking queered it up, man. That's pretty impressive. Jesus Christ. I'm sure that somebody sent this to JR, like maybe they did a clip of it, and Jesus Christ, this fucking cat. Meow. Meow. All right. Here, Jace, hold this. There we go. We're good. Thanks for holding that, Jace. All right, anyways. Let's see. All right, let's read the comments. Sorry, guys. Let me get my fucking... Sorry, Rusty. I had to get through that goddamn shitty-ass video. All right. Yeah, Jenner wants XL. XL. Thank you, Rusty. Whoops. The wrong goddamn button. You ever hit the wrong button? Happened to me once. All right. There we go. I got like some of your hair on my nose, Jace. Fucking First, he wanted 180 in the frame, and then 135 unframed. Then 170 framed with $28 shipping. Then on the eBay, he wanted 250 shipped. Then he dropped on eBay to 220 shipped. Then the last thing I saw was unframed for 170 shipped. Still on eBay for 220 shipped, unframed. He absolutely loves that. That's why he's selling it. Makes me sick when he buys shit, loves it, then sells it. When he instantly made that video, his sub count was at 1. No bullshit. Then all of a sudden, it was like 900. Okay, well, let me play devil's advocate, if I may. I think that when you go away and put your account on hold, and then you come back, it takes a while for the sub count to get caught up. Maybe that's wrong. I'm saying maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Anyways, December 2022, it said he had 911 subscribers. He was slobbing all over JR's balls. He was. It was super gay, dude. It was super gay. And like not in a cool, like John Waters kind of gay. It was more of a 500 and something days of girlhood. Yet my name is still Dylan kind of gay. Is that a power hitter? Yeah, he never had close to 3K. You're right. You're right, Rusty. He never. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. When I got him to delete his channel, he did not have anywhere near 3K. But if he wants to tell that lie, bro, that just makes my accomplishment of him getting to delete his channel seem even more great. Like, yeah, inflate your sub count. You realize that's not doing you any fucking favors, especially when you admittedly say you deleted it accidentally because of me. Because of me? The guy that made one video about you? I had 3K and this motherfucker had me so shook I deleted my entire channel. Wow, bro. Maybe you shouldn't be such a weak bitch. You know, man the fuck up. I don't know. You know, you'd think some military veteran wouldn't be fucking pushed around by some fucking anonymous chump on the internet. You know, makes one video. It's not even fucking 30 minutes long. It's not like I did a full expose, you know? 45-minute goddamn deep dive on fucking that whatever the manor. McCanley, whatever the fuck it's called. McCanley, Mom! Meow. Yeah, I mean, it's essentially a power hitter. just like Half Geek. He's a power hitter. Now, I'm not saying that in the course of their marriage, where did she go? Oh, there we go. Now, I'm not saying in the course of their marriage that he ever gave her a black eye. I would never suggest something so reckless on YouTube. You can end up getting into some real legal ramifications over something like that. What I will say is that at some point during their marriage, she probably accidentally bumped into the door and got a black eye. At least 2, 3, maybe 15 times. Maybe 15. Now, I know what you people are thinking. You say, hey, I heard that bitch-ass man video, and it sounded like he was about to bust her in the fucking eye there. No. She happened to be about to leave to go to the grocery store, and there's a part where you hear her gasp when he says bitch-ass man, which initially I took it as that was obviously not a running joke in the family. It was actually, the gasp was her hitting herself in the face with the door as she was about to leave to go get ramen noodles for Bubbles. That sweet little girl who never did nothing wrong to nobody. And yet she gets this kind of abuse. It's fucking wild, bro. He gave her a black guy. She had at least 5 black eyes. They have 5 kids. Is it 5? Yeah, I guess maybe they do have 5. And only 1 out of 5 is Regal? Come on. Come on. Are you telling me your son's not a little bit Regal? I mean, he did ask his daddy for a ass blaster for Christmas. Hey, Dad, would you get me a device that I can put on my toilet that will squirt water all over my freshly shit asshole? I know some people might consider that to be rectal stimulation. You know, a lot of kids are licking ass these days. So it's not really about me being stimulated when I use this thing that you bought for me. It's future stimulation because I'm going to let somebody lick my asshole. And I want it to be super clean. You down with that, Dad? Can I get a super clean asshole so that I can get my asshole licked? Is that cool? Merry Christmas, motherfucker. Looks like somebody's getting their asshole licked. Reminds me of this story. And yo, this is a true story. I knew a guy named Lee. He was a real douchebag. Very low intelligence motherfucker. Very low. I had problems with this guy. Now, the first day that I met him, he was having a ballistic fit. He was having a fucking ballistic fit. Because people were doing drugs and they weren't sharing their drugs with him. Because his father told those people, don't give my son any fucking drugs. And he sees everybody high as fuck and he goes, bro, fucking share with me. And they're like, your dad said not to. And so he flips out. And the first day that I meet this dude, he says, he's shouting it when he says it. Now, I want to also state, I had like, I'm hearing it, but I'm not paying attention. I started paying attention at this part for like 2 seconds, and then I'm like, yo, I'm going outside. I'm done listening to this. He said, Dad, I remember in court, they asked me if you ever did anything to me. And I told them, you never did anything sexual with me, but there was one time that you licked my ass from the crease to the asshole. Is that right, Dad? And I was like, yo, that's my cue. I'm out. Why are we talking about Lee and his daddy licking his asshole? Well, I think you know why. I mean, but let me tell you this, look. Lee's dead. Lee killed himself. And Lee killed himself at a fucking Walmart. In the store, not in the parking lot. He walked into the fucking lobby, like where you get the cart, like right past that part. Like you get the cart outside the door, or like when you first walk in. And sometimes you'll have like McDonald's or some kind of food place or some kind of something on your left before the actual store starts. And you'll have like to your right, this is one entrance of a 2-entrance Walmart. And then you'll have all your cashiers starting to go a full line that way. Yeah, he walked up to where the cashiers start. And he took a knife. Oh my God. She just broke. Oh. That is so. Ooh. Oh, it just dripped. Oh. Okay, we have to retire her. You were a good prop. Now, if you'll give me a few minutes to go and boil my hands. Look, I know what you assholes are thinking. Why would you let her get so gross? I know what you're thinking. I get it. Her being gross is part of the joke. I can't explain the intricacies of fucking comedy to you smooth brain assholes. You know, like you get it or you don't. But thank God I'm fresh. Yeah, that's what the shirt says. Thank God I'm fresh. Honky fresh. Chasey Poo! God. I have to fucking let him out now. Let's go. Let's go, dickhead. Go. Go. Fucking hell. All right. All right, so we could put it up to a poll as to what we do next. Because we're going to save the Bubbles interview. We could play Final Fantasy 13. I just briefly spoke with Lee the other day. He made that Paranoid Panda Jesus meme, and we put it on TikTok and got a community guidelines violation, and we took that same video and put it on YouTube. Totally fine. Oh, Lee. Okay. Yeah, he took a knife and he stabbed himself in the neck in the fucking Walmart. And everybody was just like, what the fuck? And he bled out. He bled out in fucking Walmart. Can you even imagine? Yeah, dude. I knew that guy. I didn't like that guy. Was never a fan. I tried to be cool with him, you know, because I was like, look, this guy's obviously got some fucking problem. Like, you listen, man, I'm telling you, the guy was really, really dumb. He was like, he was a moron. Why can't Halfcock do that? Well, he did that with their son that they had after Bubbles. He you know, he put his foot down. He said, "You're aborting this one." But like, blue collar to corporate, bless the unfortunate. Just like when I put my foot down and that still aborted it. Stuck the canister under my jacket like the lucky one. The nurse said, "Sir, you can't leave with that, bitch. That's my fucking son. And I'm going to take this canister home, and then I'm going to put him in a fucking condom, and every once in a while, I'm going to feed him a couple of breadcrumbs." And he's regal. Retard is offensive to a lot of people these days. They don't like it when you say that. You say regal, it sounds like royalty. Nobody can get mad at you calling a retard regal. Yeah, with her soapy ass. Listen, if we pull off this interview, we are directly going to talk to Bubbles and get her firsthand account on why her father was still bathing her when she had a sister and a mother and boobies that were starting to, you know what I mean? When the development of a girl, you know, when you got a little 6-year-old girl, she ain't got boobies yet, but when you're 9, it's getting too close to like creep zone. Like, what are you doing, dude? No, and you can try and play that fucking card of, yeah, but she's special needs. Yeah, but is she that special needs that she can't even take a bath herself without you worrying? It seems like you're kind of overstepping, bro. And if it's so necessary that someone be with her when she takes a bath because she's that far gone mentally, why the fuck isn't it your wife or your daughter? That's fucking weird. It's bizarre. Yeah, 2 sisters and a mom. Let me put it this way. If it's not weird that her daddy is doing it, would it be weird if her brother was? You know what I mean? Like if the argument is, hey, she's special needs, she legitimately needs somebody in the bathroom with her when she's taking a fucking bath. She's got to have somebody with her. So it might as well be her dad. Well, if it can be her dad, it can be her brother too, right? Brother that's going through puberty, he could bathe her too. What the fuck is going on over in Virginia, man? I swear to God. It's fucking bizarre. It's bizarre. And nobody that I showed that fucking post to. Well, there was one person that came at me side. There was one person that was like, oh, it's just like they're like, what are you trying to say? He's like pedo. I'm like, bro, what are you? He talks about her soapy ass. I mean, what the, you know? If he had a fucking airplane, would he name it the Lolita Express? You know, like what? Quick shout out to the Zombire Horde podcast. I noticed their most recent live stream they did slightly over an hour. I always just found it like, I don't know if boisterous is the right term, but when you don't even do a full hour show and then you have the nerve to call it a podcast. It's kind of whatever. You know, with all the problems that Vlad has going on in his life. You know, remember when you used to have some respect in the community? There were some people who legitimately loved Zombire. For whatever reason. Some of the, I'll say this, some of the extras weren't that bad. And doing the Holocaust, that was smart. I'll give him fucking, or not auction, raffling, waffling, something that he knew was fake. That's some bullshit. Here's something else that we could do. You know, Michael Berkowitz recently said, hey, you can't talk shit about a movie if you haven't seen it. We could watch Wonka. You could watch my reaction to the movie Wonka. Yeah, then he started selling dirt plastic holders. Look, the license plate that I got signed by 3 people from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I'd love to get the girl. I know that she's not that hard to get. I would like to add her to it. Hello?
Can I have a piece of that pizza?
It's Eric's.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. What a fucking world. Yeah, we could watch Wonka. Or I could play Final Fantasy 13. You don't want to know, dude. Timestamp it and tell people. Make a clip a video of it. And put it on the internet. What the fuck happened in this stream? That was weird. Hey, you know, when you're doing stuff live, weird stuff happens sometimes. That's why you show up and you sit through an hour of horse shit for moments like that. Well, am I wrong? All right, let's see. Okay. We're getting a new poll started. I gotta tell you guys, my eyes are fucking, they suck. Yeah. It's a new thing, dude. Like it just kind of creeped in. But I'm noticing it. All right. And kabingo, we got a new poll. Would you like me to introduce you to his new girlfriend? You see, that's why we were able to kind of mend our back and forth. He got him a new girl, so he's not worried about kissy face anymore. And this is her. What does she look like to you? Does she look like a Julie? Does she look like a Sarah? Does she look like an Avarice? Or does she look like a Karen? It says Sarah on her neck, but I said something to Paranoid Panda about, oh, that's what PP stands for. I thought you guys knew. But I said something to him about, what, you're good with just a head? That's all I need. That's all I need, buddy. I don't need all that other stuff. You don't like titties and ass and vagina? All I need is somebody to have a good conversation with and a mouthful to fuck. That's all I need, bro. Oh, okay. So this is his new girlfriend, and somebody thinks that she looks like a Julie. She got some dead ass eyes. Look at her. Look at those dead ass eyes. Jesus Christ. You know what? I think I might put googly eyes over her eyes. That would, at least one. I'm going to put one googly eye on her. That would be fucking great. And I'm pretty sure I got some googly eyes somewhere around here. So, that's probably going to happen. There will probably be other upgrades added to her. Old age, man. Yeah. That sucks. But I've noticed, like I'll look at fucking text messages or certain writing and it looks fucking blurry. I'm like, what the fuck? And my eyes are trying to focus it. That shit never used to happen. So, yeah, I need to get like reading glasses or some shit. I don't know. Something like that. Maybe I need actual glasses and not reading glasses. Well, good thing optometrists are cheap, right? I think that's a joke. Listen, all I fucking know is that I don't know if y'all know this or not, but it was recently reported. See, I like to give it that flair, like I'm a fucking a chosen. All right, some people will get. All right, listen. It's been reported COVID's over. Did y'all know that? That COVID is over? Aren't you glad that we shut down the world for practically 2 years? Didn't that work out great for everybody? Glasses are expensive too. Nice. That's something to look forward to. I think they say that if you let it just keep going, it'll get worse. Right? I have to tinkle.
Oh, I came in here last night.
All right. I gotta say, it's kind of nice not being in the fucking closet. It's really fucking warm in there. It's stuffy, and I feel like confined. I feel like I can't move around. I don't like it. I surely don't know what lady you're speaking of. It's okay if I touch your stash, right, Panda? Yeah, go ahead. Help yourself, buddy. Okay. All right. Listen, it's been a while since we did a stream. Let's fucking party. Party a little bit. Just a little. What is it? Okay. All right. Where's making sure that I have all my stuff? Oh, we only got. Oh, we got two people. 2 people voted for Julie. That doesn't look horrible. It actually looks better on my phone than it does on my screen. How about that? I like Avarice. I think Avarice is a good name. I had to give it a vote. And we have the Mystical 33. That's the 3 and the 3. That's the twin. The twins. Like Jurassic is always talking about. The twins. The Twin Towers. The Twin Threes. Donald Trump and Elvis. The twins. Yes. Tell me. Let's get to the bottom of it. Dude, that sucks. Having a Clint Eastwood would be major bragging rights. That's dope. I mean, I would rather have a Clint Eastwood than prostitutes and cocaine. Cocaine I've got. And we've got this bitch. This is basically a prostitute that's free. You know? And it's like, is it even legal Tinder? You know what I mean? She looks a little bit on the younger side, is what I'm saying. It's questionable how old this new girlfriend of of Paranoid Pandas is. There's what the fuck? What's up, gay boys? The real Minnie Manson. How is it that one of our burner accounts just commented? Yeah. You don't say. Look. You know, I wasn't planning on doing this, but all right. I put something in the microwave so that I end up having something on my goddamn stomach. We're gonna fucking party. And I know you kids at home might go, that motherfucker just did some toot. And he's talking about eating. See, this is how you kids are going to end up killing yourself. You got to regulate. You know? Like that Warren G. and Nate Dogg. Whew. Over the lips, through the gums. Look out, stomach. Here it comes. All over your face, all over your face.
Subscriber, hit the subscriber button. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.
Oh!
Be reassured,
The end of the video, it says subscribe, like, 82 views, and it was a month ago, as opposed to 4 months ago, 110 views, and 4 months ago, 116 views, and then he got 4K on the Vince Neil horrible performance at Blue Ridge Rock Festival. Listen, he tried to take advantage of like a trend. His footage wasn't that good. It wasn't precise. And I mean, we could watch it again. That was the way that I felt when I saw it. I legitimately was like, holy shit. I've seen so many more videos of Vince Neil giving a shitty performance that legit, like, undeniably gave you that. I don't know. He's not, he's not a professional YouTuber. So, sometimes people... let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. Let's refresh. Fuck it. Oh my God.
Blessed is he who in the name of Jesus.
So right out the gate, here's my criticism. Vince Neil, horrid performance. And you're going to start out showing this, like, lead up. Like, you're showing the whole lead up, huh?
Shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his mother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother. And you know my name.
He's... All right. Just for the people that don't want to go and look the fucking video up themselves. He is really far away from the stage. And I don't know if his camera doesn't zoom in any closer. But when your guitarist is this big in your frame, you're too far away. Maybe spend a little bit more on your seats, seeing how you're a big fucking Motley Crue fan. And you're just willing to throw money around when it comes to Motley Crue. Even though it sucks, you still want to go and see it. You can't wait to go and see it. Even though it sucks. Glutton for punishment. When you're married to that disgusting pig that you're married to for, I don't know, 20 years. I guess you just become like some kind of sadomasochistic, stomp on my balls with high heels kind of fucking guy. Sell it and lose, $400 or $500 kind of guy. Can you imagine if he like had an accountant that was like documenting how much did you spend on it and how much did you make? All right, you're too far away. That's my first criticism. Stop being so fucking cheap. And get some decent seats, asshole. Half Geek just said, "Oh yeah." Oh my god. Okay. Now I remember this video. Half Geek keeps panning the camera down away from the stage so that he can look at the women that are walking by. Now I remember this video. You know, several months ago. But look, dude, why are you not tight on the stage? Imagine having a wife that's so gross. This is who you're panning down to check out. Now, I know people are like, bro, he didn't pan down to check her out. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? Busted. Shall I show it again? Okay. All right, now look. He is relatively tight on the stage. Oh, wait. I just saw two beastly men. Oh, mean women. Oh, yeah. Check them out, bro. Fuck yeah. Look at them go. Are you kidding me? You fucking gross creep. Can anybody deny what the fuck they just saw? I'm so glad that I went, dude. This one was It went better than planned. You know, if we're still making real videos, we straight up would do a fucking video talking shit about just that. Bro, why are you... Yeah, he likes them chubby. And they also get to look a little bit manly. You know, like an 80s wrestler. You know, this bitch that's walking by looking like Andre the Giant. She got a tall boy in each hand. You know, fucking what the fuck? Of all the bitches that you're not only gonna fucking pan down from the fucking concert that you paid money to go see, you pan down on these bitches. You totally, dude, it was so obvious. It was so obvious that he was more concerned with those two pigs than the show that was being performed in front of him. I'm telling you right now, this is just me. I've been to a lot of shows. I've been to a lot of fucking shows. And I've seen some absolutely beautiful women at shows. It would be very rare that I would go, look, you need to see that. But I can think of one in particular where if I happened to be at a show and I was filming, there's one girl that comes to mind. Allison was with me. We saw her together and we both were like, holy shit. It was when we went and saw the Misfits. There was a punk rock girl and we were like, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, if I was filming and she happened to be somewhere near the shot, I would pan. I'd be like, yo, look at that. But this? Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's nasty. That is just fucking foul. You know that those lamb shanks have been rubbing together in that fucking summer heat all day. And it probably smells like a Korean fish market. I'm just being like, it's a find a fold type of situation, you know? Yeah, that's a new icon. He actually changed his channel icon to that fucking Aztec Indian art looking dude picture. That's the avatar for his channel. Sorry. I have to just say, mine's cooler. It is. It's fucking cooler than that bullshit. All right. I'm gonna keep watching it. When I find the next one that's worth turning the screen around for. I mean, I just don't understand why. Like, now he's just filming people walking by. Like, why would you want that in your shot? You have control of the camera, dickhead. You can zoom in on the fucking stage, dickhead. Based on where you're standing, I would think that you have additional zoom that you're not using. Maybe he zoomed in all the way. But even if that's the case, he could still frame the fucking shot to where you barely even see the fucking crowd instead of all of this. Oh, of course he's checking that one out. He's not crazy. He tried to stay on her the whole time. Oh, now you're checking out dudes? How progressive. See, that's the problem when you're scanning the crowd. You're gonna get a bunch of shirtless dudes too, half geek. Now people think you're queer. Not because you dressed up like a woman and called yourself the wife and you were wearing makeup and a dress and fake titties. That's not why people are calling you a fag. I'm not saying that. Other people online have said in the past, half geek is a faggot. I've tried to defend your right to wear a dress and to be as gay as you want in your life. Look, it's your best life. You live it, king. You know, you live your best life, king. If you want to fucking suck a dude's dick now and then, that's cool. If you want to just like moisten a guy up in your video at the end where you're just like, you know, giving him a verbal slathering all over his balls and taint, ever so gently working your way to his asshole. If that's what you want to do in your videos, bro, I support you in what other people refer to as faggotry, which is kind of like geometry, but way more gay. Yes, queen. Yeah, like I was specifically talking about JR. I mean, that was, dude, that was the most homoerotic shit I've seen since, I don't know, Footloose. I mean, there's Footloose, and then there's the end of that video. You know? Which one's gayer? Which one is more widely loved and appreciated by the gay community? You show the end of that video to a queer, they're going to be all over it. They're going to be like, yo, I'm down. And then you show them the picture of him dressed up like a woman, being called the wife, which is basically the bitch ass man in different circumstances. You know, a different bitch, a different switch. I just want you to sit at home. I want you to sit at fucking home, and I want you to think about Half Geek's wife and what she's got to do to make his dick hard. What does she have to do to make him fully erect? Like, does he have to like put the covers over her head so that he can't see her? You know, I'm not gonna go for like the easy one and say like a bag over her head, but like you could easily put the covers over her. You know, he could even utilize the covers, you know, like, or like he could take off his shirt, all right, and he could use it around her neck as he's doing her doggy style, and like, so she's being pulled back with, see, you guys don't know how to do that freak half geek shit. Let me tell you, I'm here to break it down for you. If you're at home thinking about getting it on with your special lady or your special dude, you take your shirt off. And while you're doing it doggy style, you take it and you wrap it around their neck, pulling on it from the back, half geek style. Now, his penis would be able to get erect. Do you think that's the kind of extreme that he has to go to get his dick hard? Specifically with her, do you think that he's just got a really good imagination? You know, like he imagines that he's an influencer, and so he imagines that, you know, she's actually somebody that's fuckable. Is that how he gets through it? I need some real feedback here. I need to understand this because I can't make heads or tails of it. How can he have an erection in the same room with her? Did he come to this erection prior to her entering the room? Like he was on his phone and he was like, you know, looking up, you know, maybe pictures of their last vacation where they were at the beach. Does he seem like the kind of guy that looks at real porn, or he looks at porn of his wife? Can you even imagine that? Can you imagine if Half Geek was one of those guys that only looked at porn of his wife to get aroused? That game that they used to play where she would take fruit cocktail and she would remove all of the cherries except for one, and she would stuff that cherry deep in her belly button, and then she would pour honey all over her belly and dump that fruit cocktail all over her belly. And then she would sprinkle it with red pepper flakes. And Half Geek would go in looking for the cherry. And you go, is this real? Yes. They can try to sue me for slander. They absolutely. I'm not going to suggest that he ever gave her a black eye. I am suggesting that she opened the door incorrectly and she did get a black eye, and things happen sometimes. Sometimes you fall directly on your face and you get a black eye. You've never had that happen? Happened to somebody somewhere once. It probably happened to her 2 or 3 times. I mean, who are you to fucking say that it didn't? You know? You know, seriously. Come on. Let's get real. But let's get back to the point. What does he have to do to get his dick hard when he's with his wife? Does she just suck his dick and he thinks of somebody that's hot? You know, like Michael Berkowitz or something? You know, not as a gay way. It's more about a disrespect thing. Yeah, he would imagine my lips, but these lips, they don't, and he just hasn't seen enough pictures of my face, you know. But I'm sure that he would imagine me or Paranoid Panda's mouth on his dick. Maybe when his wife is sucking his. I could see it. I'm not suggesting that he's thinking of it in a gay way. I'm suggesting that he's thinking of it the same way that we think about it when we're with him, as disrespect, as a means of demoralizing and dehumanizing and emasculating you. It has nothing to do with us sexually getting off on being attracted to or turned on by the thought of a sexual encounter with you, Daryl Woods. That's fucking ridiculous. It's the same reason that you probably think about with us. You know? Let's not play stupid fucking games here. That was pretty decent. I kind of liked that. I gotta pee.
Hey, Christopher. Got it. That is so fun. That's what I did a minute ago.
Thank you. All right. He imagines I can't do it anymore. I can't.
Sup, you beautiful bastards. You're watching the Philip DeFranco show.
There's a guy that I like.
He's looking pretty.
For today's epic video, I'm in somewhere, and I'm gonna be walking around public with a tripod, walking around about. All right, this fault is cool. And now we're in blue. No, it's Casey Neistat. That sucks at editing. Oh, and that scene you just saw, the one with me holding a tripod, I filmed that with a tripod. So I'm actually walking around with 2 tripods. And not to get too technical, but that scene you're currently watching, you know, the one with me holding 2 tripods, well, I'm filming that with. So I'm actually walking around with 3 tripods. And to film the scene you're currently watching, you know, the one with. Never mind. Okay, so to recap, we've got me, an umbrella for SPF protection, 1, 2, 3, a bunch of tripods. We'll call it 2 tripods. And Red Hook. Cool. Let's go walk around Red Hook. First interaction of the day. Oscar comes up behind. Let's see if he's chill. Oh, hey, yeah. Thank you. You seem chill.
We all 3 of us. Sure.
Thank you. This is my first time in Red Hook.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I'm just checking it out. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful day to be walking around the village, so.
Yeah, thank you. I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm just doing it.
Sounds
And
good.
I'm going to make a story out of it.
All right, buddy.
Sergeant Sterrett, nice to meet you. I'm Austin. Woohoo! Yeah, good one. Woohoo! Thank you. That was the first non-ossifer we talked to in Red Hook. Woohoo! You're the second non-ossifer I'm talking to in Red Hook. Heck yeah. Yeah, Red Hook seems pretty chill so far. Oh, just doing some vid shit, some awesome content. Heck yeah. Yeah, I was just telling them that I'm not really sure what my vids are about, but we just pick a spot on the map and we just see what the good vibes are. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, heck yeah, are you the owner? Awesome, heck yeah. All right, much love. Good talking to you. Oh, heck yeah. Checking out Red Hook or whatever. Yeah. And we notice you're all smiling. I love it.
Very warm and inviting.
Oh, heck yeah. That's the vibe I'm getting so far. It's been pretty chill. Yeah, you're like the 5th person I'm talking to. The first person was Sergeant Sterrett, and he was chill. Heck yeah, you know Sergeant Sterrett?
Travis.
Oh, Travis, my boy. Heck yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, so my name's Asif, and I'm not sure what this vid's about, but it's going to be epic, and it's going to be filled with positive vibes.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, heck yeah. Get the smile to it. Heck yeah. Woohoo! Yeah. Love it. Yeah, woohoo. Travis, we were just talking about you. Heck yeah. I was like, I met the chill Sergeant Sterrett, and she was like, oh, Travis.
Yeah, I saw you walking over there. I was like, I'm going to get a burrito.
Oh, heck yeah. You have good burritos here?
Oh, yeah. Huge burritos.
Heck yeah. Word. Sergeant Sterrett for the win. Heck yeah. Oh, hey, we just did that.
It's actually a cool town.
Heck yeah. Did you see that on YouTube or anything? Awesome too. All right, Sergeant. Heck yeah.
Where are you from?
From Florida or whatever.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Whatever, Florida. That's a cool town.
Oh yeah. No, or whatever.
Or whatever.
Yeah, heck.
Not Orlando, but it's for whatever.
Yeah, heck yeah. You know, you pick up on the vibes.
Welcome to Red Hook. We got a cool cafe here. It's one that I own. Been here about 28 years, and we make handmade chocolates, and we have fair trade canned coffee, soup, salad, sandwich. Red Hook's a cool little town. A lot of really good culture, great music, safe trips back to or whatever.
Heck yeah. Keep it chill.
Straight along.
Oh, he's winning.
Yeah, it's not as good when people aren't freaking out. All right, let's listen to the Roadhouse movie review.
When you download the Ralph's app, enjoy over $500 in
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Now you can get Spectrum Internet with fast and reliable limited line free for 12 months. Visit Spectrum.com.
A remake will a remake walk into a weekend. Who wins? Probably the one that was theatrically released. What's up with the streaming deals? So Roadhouse is a remake of the 1989 cult classic Roadhouse. Jake Gyllenhaal plays Dalton, who's not a bouncer this time around. He becomes a bouncer. He's a former UFC fighter who's a drifter, a soldier of fortune type, a one-man, 7 samurais, the one samurai. Anyhow, there's a Roadhouse that's called, wait for it, Roadhouse. They're having some problems with some of the local douchebaggery. So the owner's like, hey, can you just come take care of it? I'll be honest with you, I'm not personally overly attached to the original Roadhouse. I caught it much later in life, so I didn't have that classic, they're ruining my childhood with a remake kind of reaction. I was like, all right, that could be fun. Let's see what a Roadhouse remake has. The setting's very different. Know that right out the gate. It takes place in the Keys, Florida Keys. The original Roadhouse smelled like cigarettes and beer. This Roadhouse smells like rum runnings. But what carries this movie? Jake Gyllenhaal. Simply put, end of story. Whatever fine line this movie's trying to walk between camp and taking itself seriously, and yes, it does have both tones at intermittent times, Jake Gyllenhaal makes it work and owns it. His on-screen charisma in this movie, absolutely untouched. He became Jack Gyllenhaal for this, which isn't new. We've seen him Jack before. Remember that movie Southpaw? But his carefree, no-nonsense persona in here, there are moments people are like, so you got our message? He's like, oh, I got it. He's the walking persona of speak softly but carry a big stick. I just slapped you. Are you all right? What? There's something cathartic, even therapeutic, in watching a guy operate like this. Someone who can kick ass, not raise voice, even be nice to the douchebags at times.
Not one of friend of yours?
No, I just broke his arm.
Makes him feel a bit like a superhero. This movie is missing that bouncer culture that the original movie had. I like that kind of stuff. It just feels like a peek behind the curtain. Swayze's like, you're going to be nice. You want someone to leave? You ask nicely. And if they refuse, you escort them out. But be nice. Also, you're stealing from the top, you're stealing from the company, you're out. Fight. While Gyllenhaal Dalton in this movie is doing what Swayze Dalton in the original did, which he's given the bouncers in this bar confidence to actually do their job and do it well. I like seeing that mentor mentality. You don't get a sense that he is a bouncer. He's the head bouncer in this place. He's essentially a mercenary. That said, as the original movie is essentially walking tall with a bouncer played by Patrick Swayze, this does feel like that with Jake Gyllenhaal. He is this guy protecting this bar from ground-level douchebags who are essentially working for the corporate overlords who have a stranglehold on this area. As for the fights, it is a Roadhouse movie. I thought the fight choreography was interesting. A lot of these sweeping shots going around the actors makes it feel like that one-shot fight that, they're trying to essentially emulate that one fight in every season of Daredevil. Not that Daredevil was the first to do it, but that's just what I think of at this point. And as cool as that was at first, the execution of that makes you feel disconnected from the fights at a point. It feels exhausting. Probably because it being movie magic, it's not how you do something. I don't know if they used green screen. I don't know if they actually did these fights all in one shot. But it felt fake. It felt like green screen. Because there's just a disconnect. I'm not ever Ant-Man. I don't shrink down and zoom around fighters while they fight. Not that I'm in a lot of parts that have fights. Well, I did appreciate the fact that the fight sequences in this movie weren't plagued with what we've seen a lot of fight sequences and action sequences in movies be plagued with, which is a lot of shaky cam in which you can't see what's going on, or a lot of quick cuts and edits like some YouTuber edited the movie or something. The fight sequences in Roadhouse, though they felt cool and stylistic at first, at a point ended up feeling overproduced and fake. I felt myself going, I could go for a fight that feels like, a normal fight. Which brings us to Conor McGregor. I thought Conor McGregor felt oddly out of place in here. Yeah, Conor McGregor felt oddly out of place in a movie about bar fights in which there's this guy, played by Conor McGregor, who's essentially a psychotic ball of walking chaos and violence. The Conor McGregor persona works just fine. Let there be many jokes about him not even knowing he's being filmed in this movie. But the fact that he doesn't come in to actually start some shit until about halfway into the movie, in which for the first half you had another antagonist entirely, just feels off. That can work. You look at the Thomas Jane Punisher, in which there's just a lot of phone calls going out to hitmen, like can you take care of him? Oh, he got taken out. Can you take care of him? That can work just fine. But when you actually start to have tension between Dalton and the lead douchebag for the first half of the movie. The fact that lead douchebag goes away and then Conor McGregor's brought in, it almost makes him feel like an afterthought. There is an official UFC backstory with Dalton in this movie. You feel like one did play into the other. Like UFC's like, yeah, we'll sign off on that. You can use our name. You can actually film in our octagon for the flashback scene. Conor McGregor needs to be in your movie, though. Again, I don't know the business element, but that's just what it feels like. That, funny enough, when Conor McGregor was hamming it up, all the villains in here ham it up. At first, Billy Magnuson, I felt like he was hamming it up a bit too much, but I ended up getting what he was going for. But I do make the argument that the UFC Conor McGregor persona does land so much better than this Roadhouse character. This felt like someone trying to act like Conor McGregor. That makes sense. These nitpicks aside, sure. Did I have fun with the movie? For the most part, yeah, I did. The fights were fun, but at a point started feeling overproduced and almost making me feel numb in terms of tension. When the movie leaned into its simple premise in terms of the execution, that's when I felt the movie was in the pocket and had its stride. Then it overcooks that and starts feeling convoluted at a point. Director Doug Liman has hits and misses under his belt. This movie, like the director, also has hits and misses. But I think there is some fun to be had here, namely with a group of friends and some rum runners. Yeah, now it's a Roadhouse. No, I keep saying rum runners. I was going to say Mai Tais, pina coladas or something. I literally Googled what's the drink of the Keys. Rum runners came up. Fuck if I even know what one is. I'm a Scotch guy myself. Let this be a lesson. I always just stick to what you know. All right, so the 2024 Roadhouse remake. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.
.24/7 last mode.
I did not expect it to be good. EA will back me up on that, I'm sure.
I did one of those TV shows, The Voice.
Did they ask you to join the Illuminati? Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, who's next?
Most to give you the aware of that, you got to pay 5 figures.
Karen.
If you grew
Or
up during the
Julie.
90s or the early 2000s, there's an extremely high chance that you watched some of Dan Schneider's shows. It was like impossible to avoid them. It'd be like trying to dodge raindrops during a thunderstorm. Dan Schneider during this period was the king of children's television programs. He made some of the most influential productions like Drake and Josh, The Amanda Show, iCarly. His resume is just stacked with tons of shows that I imagine meant a lot to many of you growing up. And make no mistake, you meant a lot to the creator of these shows as well. Well, not so much you, but your feet certainly did. The creator of these shows is a monstrous foot fetishist, Dan Get in the Van Schneider. He is a vile, creepy, disgusting human being, and this has been known for years. However, a new docuseries just dropped really diving into the subject matter and putting a spotlight on it in a way that hasn't previously been explored. It's called quiet on set. Now, if you don't know what Dan looks like, here's a nice picture of him here. He looks like he was made in the Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator. And Dan Schneider has become the face of Quiet on Set. However, it actually explores more than that. It's like a whole deep look at all of the horrible things that were going on during these Nickelodeon productions. It's more than just Dan, but he obviously plays a central role here because he made these shows. He was the head honcho of most of this. And he was well aware of some of these terrible and downright criminal things that were going on behind the scenes on some of these shows. And the reason I mentioned the foot fetishism off rip here is because that was one of the first things that people really caught on to in the public eye. After Dan's glory days at Nickelodeon, people started to pick up on how odd it was that a lot of these children's shows had an emphasis on feet. Pretty frequently, it was a common thread throughout a lot of these shows, like feet humor and having these child actors and actresses displaying their feet. And in 2013, one of the shows Dan...
Find what you love what you find. Only at Silver Wine and More.
Dan worked on, Sam and Pat actually ran a competition where kids were supposed to submit pictures of their feet to them. Like, that's weird. No matter how you spin it, that's a really weird thing to request from your audience of children. Take pictures of their feet for you? That's just downright creepy and wrong. I can't believe that tweet is still up, by the way, over a decade later, and no one thought to delete that. That is impressive. But anyway, people started to pick up on Dan's fixation with stompers, and it seemed like his fetish was bleeding into his work, and he was having the children unknowingly participate in it by having them display their feet. That's what it seemed to a lot of people, so it was obviously very concerning. So people did more and more digging. They found more and more evidence of Dan being an awful piece of shit behind the scenes with a lot of shady things going on there. And it just led to this reputation that people for years have known that Dan blows loads to toes Schneider is not a good person. And now Quiet on the Set has released, and so much information has come out, not just about Dan, but about that entire Nickelodeon workplace around these child stars. Arguably the largest piece of new information that dropped during this docuseries was the sexual abuse of Drake Bell by someone named Brian Peck. So Brian Peck was a coach at Nickelodeon whom was sexually abusing Drake Bell. And he was actually convicted in 2004. He spent 16 months in the Slammer, and then immediately upon release, landed a job with Disney. If that doesn't show just how rotten...
Yes. And let me be a little bit more specific. Is it still working? Yeah, it's working. All right. What was I talking about? Oh, that guy. Not only butt-fucked him, he was also charged with placing items up his ass. And Disney said, sure, we'll hire you. Disney's fucking evil. On the fucking Alakai. Yeah. I wonder if he's going to talk about that. Let's see if he skips over the fact that he placed objects up that kid's butt.
To the core of this industry is, I don't know what will. There is deep-seated evil in Hollywood. He went to jail for lewd acts with a minor. He is a sex offender, a convicted sex offender, and he immediately got a Disney Channel job working on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. What the fuck? That's mind-bogglingly evil. Like that's not just irresponsible, it's malicious. It's not like they just made some kind of mistake where they put a sex offender in a role where he works almost exclusively with children. Like it's not like they made a whoopsie-daisy, they just happened to overlook that he's a sex offender. They knew. They would have to know, and they still hired him for that role regardless. That's scary. That's terrifying. They're actively enabling a fucking sex offender to potentially prey on more children.
Yeah, Disney.
He also described that when he went into court, Brian had the support of some very powerful and familiar faces. There were 41 character letters written to the judge asking for leniency for Brian Peck. 41 letters of support from industry personnel that were trying to get a lighter sentence for Brian Peck, even knowing that he is guilty of the crimes for which he is about to face the punishment, asking for a more generous sentence. These weren't just 41 pieces of toilet paper with nonsensical scribblings on it from nobodies. These were 41 character letters that were submitted by industry personnel, some of whom were high up on the food chain, so these things carried weight, and they're advocating for someone who is guilty of sexually abusing a child. Holy shit. They just viewed it as not a big deal, I guess. Listen, Judge, I understand Brian Peck did a child. Who at Nickelodeon? Are you really going to throw him away or put him away and throw away the key for that? What about season 3 of Drake and Josh? What actually matters here? Let's think about that. Like, this is crazy to me. It almost stops being surprising learning that Brian Peck landed a job at Disney right after his 16 months in prison for this crime, because it seems like that entire industry just does not give a fuck about the safety of kids to begin with. So like I said, Quiet on Set isn't just about Dan Schneider and all of the awful things that he has done. It's about how awful that entire industry.
Get 50% off beauty steals and amazing deals on shampoo and conditioner pairs during the Spring Salmon Arrow Beauty event. This is a classic.
Industry itself is. But once again, Dan Schneider does still play a large role in this docuseries, highlighting the bad workplace and environment that he would cultivate, the weird shit that would go on in like the writer's room and the way he treats some people, just a whole plethora of different bad stuff. And in response to all of this, Dan Schneider himself actually stepped out from the shadows, leaving his little gopher's hidey hole and addressing it head on in one of the most painfully scripted and staged apology video interviews I've ever seen.
Hey, it's Boogie. I played T-Bone on Nickelodeon's iCarly. I got a chance to watch the Quiet on Set program, and I reached out to Dan to see if it was something that he'd be willing to discuss. I'm pleased to say that he said yes. Dan, how are you?
I'm okay. The interview is not conducted by a professional. It's conducted by a former actor in one of Dan Schneider's shows, and he is not equipped to handle something like this. This is the biggest load of baloney. Like, this is just some straight up fucking malarkey. There is no pushback from Boogie on anything in this interview at all. It's just strategic softballs designed to give Dan Schneider some kind of sympathetic PR win here, where he comes out of this looking better, where he comes out of this like not the bad guy. It's so deplorable that they'd even try something like this with a straight face. I think it is extremely transparent what this is, and I'm happy to say pretty much everyone saw straight through this. This did not give Dan Schneider the dunk I think he was expecting it to. This did not make him look any better in the public's eye. It actually just made it look even more sinister that he was able to, it seems, pre-prepare this interview to mitigate the potential fallout from the docuseries airing.
Let's talk about the massage. Okay. Watching the content yesterday, it was disturbing. It was wrong. It was wrong that I ever put anybody in that position. It was the wrong thing to do. I'd never do it today. I'm embarrassed that I did it then.
I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation.
Then talk to me about the writer's room. From what
I apologize to any children that I got a massage from. Bro, somebody should break your fucking hands. What the fuck are you doing getting a massage from a child? What? What? Yeah, their little hands. They can really get into the tense areas. Their tiny little hands are perfect for that. And they don't apply too much pressure. I don't like too much pressure. A small child is really good about not applying too much pressure when giving him stuff. You fucking weirdo. You fucking freak.
It's all not cool.
No, and I don't mean to cut you off, but if I can cut right to the chase, let me just say, no writer should ever feel uncomfortable in any writer's room, ever, period, the end, no excuses.
It starts with what's supposed to be this moment of taking accountability. Dan Schneider is just point blank apologizing and, you know, holding himself accountable for the sins of the past type vibe. Except he's really not. Like, these aren't things that you just, like, hand wave away with, like, a simple apology. A lot of what was reported is, like, unforgivable bad shit. Like, there's really no way of apologizing for the things that Dan Schneider has done and also been accused of. So it's just, it feels so fucking insincere. And Dan Schneider got away with it, and it seems will continue to get away. So he loses nothing by doing something like this, which just makes it frustrating to see him parade around pretending like he cares now all of a sudden. Like, it's extremely easy for him to just be like, oh yeah, that was bad. I feel bad for that. I want to regret it. Yeah, not good. Like, it's just, I would have liked if the interviewer was someone that would legitimately dive into a lot of these things and actually press him on a lot of these things. This interview never even addresses the things that people want to hear from Dan on, such as like the sexualization of the children in those shows. Even outside of all the foot stuff, Dan included some very inappropriate things in his programs, such as Ariana Grande milking a potato, and then another scene with her getting like splashed with water and shit. All of it was very unacceptable and seemed sexualize the child actors and actresses in his productions. And that was never even brought up in this interview. So this interview just, it doesn't have any real substance to it. It is legitimately just a scripted PR play from Dan.
I cut it. I want my shows to be popular. I want everyone to like it. The more people who like the shows, the happier I am.
Yeah.
So if there's anything in the show that needs to be cut because it's upsetting somebody, let's cut it.
So I think it's big for you to say with your work.
Dude, you don't have to put this many fucking ads.
You are the scum of the earth. Well, technically, you're the
that's
Captain
shitty
Ryan
of you,
Rust of
Charlie.
man. But the way you go.
If it's viewed as that today, you don't have a problem.
Cut it. Cut it.
I mean, that's a solution.
The last thing I want to ever do is put any content in a show that's going to upset my audience and make them want to turn off the TV. Why would I ever want to do that?
That makes sense.
This is him addressing a question that Boogie asked about, like, inappropriate jokes in there without getting too deep into the weeds, just a broad subject of some of these jokes have aged poorly and people look at them as inappropriate for a child audience. How do you respond? The most softball way of asking this question, mind you. And his response was, cut it. Just get rid of it. I don't want it in the show. If it's aged bad and it makes people uncomfortable or, you know, this and that, cut it. And Boogie's like patting him on the back for it, like, oh my goodness, wow. That's so benevolent. What a great solution. Yeah, that makes sense. What the fuck? It's so easy for him to say that now, but it doesn't take away the fact that you filmed it. If you cut Ariana Grande milking a potato type shit, if you cut some of the foot stuff that you included in there, it doesn't change the fact that you still had the child actors and actresses doing that shit and were sexualizing them. It still happened. That's still bad. Cutting it from the final product doesn't erase what you did. It's so frustrating that there's no pushback on any of this in the interview. He just gets to let him say his piece and then get applause for it. It's so stupid.
And when Drake and I talked and he told me what had happened, I was more devastated by that than anything that's ever happened to me in my career thus far. 41 of those people wrote letters for Peck, character letters, praising him for who he was and asking for leniency. And they knew that he was guilty. They knew he had confessed to some degree, and they still did this. But Drake's mom, a lovely woman who I stay in contact with this day, she came to me at the time and she said, "Would you help me with my speech to the judge?" I said, "Of course." I did.
Dan Schneider's fishing for the Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Award for the best fake crying. It feels super forced and super insincere. Him tearing up while talking about this story. This is him talking about the Drake and Brian Peck case, where he mentions 41 people wrote those letters and it baffled him. And then Drake's mom actually asked him to help her write her piece, which he did. And that leads me to a question of, if you knew all of this, why didn't you back up Drake Bell? The way it's described, Brian Peck had all these people in his corner, but Drake really only had his mom and his brother. Why weren't you more involved then? Like, I imagine that could have been extraordinarily helpful. But regardless, this interview doesn't do anything to change my perception of Dan Schneider or anyone else's, really, I imagine, because it's still nothing. This isn't really an interview. It's just a PR piece disguised as an interview. It's just more despicable garbage here. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. Again, the docuseries is called Quiet on Set. It's out now. And yeah, just kind of wanted to go over it a little bit. That's it. So, yeah.
No big surprise. Disney's fucking evil. Nickelodeon is evil. Don't let them take your mind.
When we all believed, and that's when it all indoctrination blinded us all from the very first day.
Kid Rock will hit you with it.
Yikes.
Sephora at Kohl's has top beauty brands. Shop one of our 900 plus stores and at Kohl's.com today.
We have 3 viewers. Somebody say something.
Kid Rock will hit you with advice.
Oh.
He was hitting me. He was like, "You dress like shit up there. You should be wearing a suit and a bow tie, like Sinatra, like those guys use. You can really separate yourself."
Yeah, I like it.
It's like I'm thinking he's right. I'll never do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's right.
He was the first to FaceTime me after SNL. Like, dude, he FaceTimed me. He was like,
how do you think you did?
I hate that
And I was
question.
like, are you calling me to tell me I fucking bombed you, dickhead? I fucking hung up on him.
Good.
How do you he was fucking with me. He's funny, but how do you think he did?
I like
he
the
wanted me to
bow
own
tie,
the lids, dude.
Yeah, you should get a bow tie. That was right about that.
He was like, that was pussy shit. He was like, you should have known that.
He said retarded. He said gay.
No, I know, but for him, that's he saw my stand-up show and was like, "You're not going hard enough.
Oh wow!
You need to say like the N-word." I don't know. That wasn't his actual note, for the record.
Sure. All right.
He'll get rowdy though.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't done this since you did SNL.
Oh,
yeah. We did. We don't.
Yeah, he and I did.
Actually, I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
No, that was
Didn't you
before.
Oh.
Any nuggets behind the scenes that no one knows?
You know, Green Room,
Yeah,
Green Room and podcast spilled over so much.
It was so weird. Such a fucking corporate thing. You got in there finally.
I liked it.
What a completion of fucking storyline.
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
know.
Yeah.
It seems like a fun night.
It is
Do
a
the
fun night.
sketches and fuck
Yeah,
around
It
at
is.
the
And
party.
my family was there. The party kind of sucks when I've been to the party a bunch of times and it's great.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It sucked even knowing the guy. We're like, hey, we're gonna say goodbye to another fucking person.
That's all I
So we
had
can
to
go
do.
drink.
The whole time I just had to say hello, thank you, goodbye to every single person that was there.
Like
But
a wedding.
it was exactly like a wedding.
Did it feel like a rite of passage? What did it feel like for you?
It's a cool win. It's
I
a
think
cool
it's cool
closing on the
Yeah.
story.
I think it's nice for that. I mean, obviously, it just brought the story back up again.
Yeah.
But you were defended quite a bit.
But it was also, it's like, honestly, this was like them saying sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was.
Admission of guilt.
It was
Pretty much,
the
yeah.
closest they can come to an admission of guilt.
Yes.
Which is what it was.
Here's
They
the thing.
had to do that. They had to.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Is an acknowledgement of talent. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
that too.
It's like
That's
recognizing, hey,
nice.
this guy might be one of the biggest comics ever, and it's happening right now, and we should probably get back on board.
Yeah, exactly. Before it's too late. Don't go 20 years.
I also
think so?
took it. I took
I
it.
agree, but it's annoying with the
Before it's too late. Don't go 20 years.
I also
think so?
took it. I took
I
it.
agree, but it's annoying with the cancel shit because they go, he's doing great. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
he's also a good comic who worked his way up and has a sketch show and all this other shit and sells a ton of tickets.
Well,
So they have to acknowledge it.
yeah, but
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
thing. That isn't that always the goal, just to become undeniable?
Sure.
Yeah, but if you were doing that well and not doing well, like nationally, they wouldn't be like,
He
no,
still
they're
deserves
really
an
not doing
apology if he wasn't doing as well.
Exactly,
That's my point.
exactly.
No.
I thought
Listen,
they were
listen,
right.
listen, listen.
I'm not saying you suck, but I'm saying
It's
if you
better.
were not huge, you still got fucked.
It's better for everybody if they don't say
Yes.
the words. It's better for everybody. Everybody knows the truth,
Yeah.
but it's
Okay.
better for
But it is an
everybody if they
acknowledgement.
don't say
Like,
the
hey,
words.
this guy rules.
Because it also it keeps them silly. They stay silly.
What do you mean silly?
You stay silly. You stay ridiculous. You stay like you've made ridiculous decisions,
Oh, I
and
see.
Yeah.
you got kind of a ridiculous enterprise. So you stay ridiculous. You stay
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Enterprise.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The worst starship ever.
You got this thing.
You stay ridiculous. Like, you stay the same bitch for 20 years trying to get a fucking hard on from her. Because her hair is very thin. There's no bounce.
Nice. I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
I think it's a good, like, if he brought me back.
Yes.
Well, I said yes.
Can
I
you
think it's a
come get
nice
Jace
moment.
because the girl now when I've walked by because he got upset.
Can you believe that he would be mean and scratch somebody? Wouldn't that just Brian Peck? I don't know who Brian Peck is.
because I don't want to be. You don't want to be a guy that's like,
Yeah.
fuck everybody that said fuck me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. It's like,
Go
can
on.
we just stop? And that's what they offered the fucking olive branch. They were the ones who, like,
They should.
It's great.
and they
Because-
should. They did the right thing.
They did the right thing because
Yes.
most people will just be like, yeah, that person forever that I hate it.
Jeez.
Yeah. He was like upset. Got me 3 times. Oh. You okay, Chase? Nope. Are you live? Sorry. You okay, baby? You jolly. You okay? I'm all right. It's okay. They just fighting over a treat. It's okay. Whew.
That's why you watch 2.5 hours of bullshit.